We're continuing our chat now with members of the Saskatchewan Research Council here on ICANN Media. Joining us now, Vice President Mike Crabtree. Mike, tell us, in your words, why you think it's important that the SRC is here at the Global Petroleum Show.
Fundamentally, because this is where our customers are. Although we're based in Saskatchewan and our research and development facilities are there, 90% of our clients are based here in Calgary.
You're presenting a number of different topics here. Tell us a little bit about the one that you'll be talking about before delegates here.
I'll be talking about light and tight. So we're talking about fields like Viking, like Cardamom, and particularly, of course, the Bakken. 25% of the Bakken sits in Saskatchewan.
And what will your topic, so that's the topic, what will you be saying here to the guests?
You know, the real challenge with light and tight is that if you take Bakken, for example, these wells come on at several thousand barrels of oil per day initially, but then decline at an 85% rate. So at the end of the first year of production, you're at a few hundred barrels. And maybe you've only recovered maybe 10 or 12% of the reserves, or 10 or 12% of the oil in place, leaving 80 or 90% of the oil in the ground. So there's a real challenge here, is how do we apply enhanced oil recovery technologies to these ultra-tight reservoirs?
When you're looking at some of the technology, would fracking be involved in that, and other technologies like that? So these are controversial in public's mind anyway. Could be due to not enough information, could be due to the right information as well. How do you, I guess, try to, I don't know, do you try to change public perception at all, or just provide information so that the public can make up its own mind on some of the processes needed in getting at the resource in these regions?
Very much the latter. We're about providing information. We provide information into the public domain, but we also provide information to our clients. And here's an important thing about enhanced oil recovery for things like the Bakken. One of the problems is when the wells decline that rapidly, you have to drill lots of wells. And when you drill lots of wells, you utilize more land space, there's more flaring, there's more greenhouse gas emissions. If you can make those individual wells more efficient, you can gain the same or even more oil with less penetrations into the ground. Less wells, less pollution, less greenhouse gases. So enhanced oil recovery has a real environmental aspect to it. But answer to your question, we're about providing technical solutions.
One of the things that we've seen at a lot of oil industry conferences is they're talking about collaboration between companies. You know, that way they can share technologies. How does your group fit into that?
We see ourselves as a key facilitator of that sort of collaboration. For example, in Bakken, we have just started a multi-client joint industry project for Bakken to do exactly that. And it's to bring the clients up to the same level of understanding so that they can then use that as a platform to go forward and develop their individual fields more efficiently. So we see ourselves as that facilitation facilitator for that type of collaboration.
And one of the benefits of that is that you're not making the same mistakes over and over again at various companies, or different mistakes that can still cause problems.
Exactly. And you know, there becomes a point where commercial drivers take over and the clients leave the joint industry project as they say, okay, well, we've learned enough now, we have commercial confidentiality. But the fact that you've brought them all up to that same level of understanding has benefits to the province of Saskatchewan in terms of recovery, and benefits in terms of attracting these companies to it, because they don't have to go through, as you said, the same learning curves over and over again.
We hear a lot about, when it comes to the oil sands, most people think of Alberta. You know, Saskatchewan, yes, if you're in this region, but Alberta is the one that gets all the headlines all the time. How do you see Saskatchewan comparing to Alberta now? Is it getting quite a foothold and growing rapidly?
That's a very unfair question, asking somebody from Saskatchewan how to compare with Alberta. Here's the interesting thing about Saskatchewan. We've got everything from bitumen to Bakken and everything in between. The only common thing is it's all difficult. So, you know, we have to work just that little bit harder to extract those reserves and attract the companies in here. So we take very much an open for business approach with this. So, you know, another point you made is partnering. Is this Alberta versus Saskatchewan? Absolutely not. In these days of limited resource, in limited cash resource for research and development and commercialization, it is about partnering. So we look to partner with our colleagues in Alberta in order to be able to deliver benefit to both provinces.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it.